Now, this is a Minuet by Dandrieu, another Minuet. We are in D minor. This is very interesting because of a lot of compositional elements. Let's play it. This is very interesting because it's a minuet and rondo. So we have the minuet and the rondo. Okay? What's the point? What's the difference? Now, let's analyze the first phrase. Play the first phrase, so the first line. Okay, tell me what are the elements that you can see.
So, I think in the first phrase, is it a do re mi? Can I call it?
Bravo. The minor version we say re mi fa because in the hexachord.
Re mi fa. Yes.
Yes, re mi fa. But and we have the syncopation of the minuet. Re is not re mi fa sol la, but is re mi fa sol la. This is the syncopation of the minuet. Do you see it? Okay.
Yes.
Then we have re, the ascending pentachord. Do you see the ascending pentachord?
Yes.
Perfect. Then what do we have here? Re, la, re. What's this?
Simple cadence.
Bravo, simple cadence. Fa, fa. And the resolution of the cadence is the beginning of the following phrase. What's in the second phrase?
So another
Ascending pentachord, yes, exactly. Pentachord with the fa super la, re, mi, fa, sol, la, fa, which works as a deceptive cadence. As you can see.
So another hemiola.
No, here we do not have an hemiola because the accent, as you can see, is here. In the hemiola, the accent, remember, is on the second beat. Here we do not have an accent here.
Okay.
So the hemiola does not arrive here. But we have the very common final ending of the minuet. Okay, now play the second phrase. In other words, line number 2. Exactly. As you can see, this phrase is nothing more than a repetition of the previous phrase, where we have a syncopation here, so in the bass, in the tenor. This syncopation confirms the fact that we have a strong beat in this point, and so the syncopation of the minuet, because we have a 4-3 preparation, suspension, resolution. Now all is the same, and the second time Dandrieu applies the miola. The phrase is the same, as you can see, but the bass changes here a little because we have an accent here. Do you see that Dandrieu writes to keep down A? That's an emiola. Ta tan taran tan 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 fa mi fa sol. So the second times, in order to create variation, something different, he puts the miola.
So when we play the hemiola, where is it lift off the keys to create a phrase like
Yes, exactly, without exaggerating, but this is the intention.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Of course, you have to do it, otherwise it wouldn't be an emiola. Minuet syncopation even in this bar. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Then, following phrase. Play the following phrase in F major. Okay, stop. Tell me all the elements that you can see.
Fobardon?
Bravo, we have the Fobardon, and we have something more before. We have the syncopation. So the beginning is the Do Re Mi, the major version. So the beginning is the same, as you can see. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then Fa, La, Sol, Fa. Fa, La, Sol, Fa. Now, this is a rhetorical figure. I do not remember now the name of the rhetorical figure. Let's ask ChatGPT. Wait a moment. ChatGPT. No. It's the name of a rhetorical figure. Wait a moment. Okay, hello ChatGPT. Now, tell me, what's the name of the rhetorical figure which consists in finishing a phrase with a word and starting the following phrase with the same word?
That rhetorical figure is called anadiplosis.
Anadiplosis.
It involves...
Anadiplosis. Make some examples in English of the anadiplosis.
Sure. Here are a few examples. The general who became a slave, the slave who became a gladiator. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. The land of my fathers can have it. Each sentence starts where the previous one ended, creating a poetic and impactful repetition.
Thank you, grazie.
Di niente.
Okay. This is the same thing that happens in the spoken language can happen in music. This is an anadiplosis. Anadiplosis. In music. And it cannot be exactly the same. In fact, the bass is changing. And what is the very interesting thing? The very interesting thing is that here in the left hand, we can say the Fobardon in the correct setting with third and sixth. But here, this thing does not happen. We have parallel thirds between the two external voices. with this note to create the rhythm. Even because if we want to use the faux bourdon, and if the composer, if Dandrieu moved the middle voice as he did before, he would create parallel fifth between the two upper voices, because it's the faux bourdon in the other setting, okay? Do you remember? So how to fix this? Put a rest. How to fix this parallel fifth? Put a rest. Otherwise, they are parallel fifth. And so Dandrieu said, okay, I want to keep this, but I want to keep the faux bourdon, but I put a rest to avoid parallel fifth. I do not want parallel fifth. Okay? And the second phrase here starts, so the second part of the second phrase does not have any miola, as you can see, because it has this syncopation. Mi, fa, sol. It's not any miola, it's the syncopation of the minuet. The last phrase, as you can see, is very similar to the previous phrase. Sol, fa, but the element which is repeated is sol, fa, sol, fa, sol, fa, sol, do, mi, fa, and here we have the miola. So, even in this case we have a kind of anadiplosis, but the anadiplosis here happens on this level. You can imagine this note A as an appoggiatura to G. And so the first time you have this appoggiatura. The second time only the trill. The second time this. As you can see. The bass, if you check the left hand, is the same. This is a very interesting piece from a rhetorical point of view. But the second time, this belongs to the miola too. And we have the syncopation of the minuet here. 1, 2, and then you start from the beginning because this is un rondeau, and so you repeat the other two bars, the other two phrases. And here we have our analysis. So even a simple piece like this, it's very complex if you go to see each detail. Sometimes it takes very little to improve, just a little, but every day. You look at a sheet of music and it seems like a random collection of notes, and now you can't connect them. But if you know how to reveal the meaning and the connection between the notes, you can discover magical and wonderful paths hidden among the melodies and harmonies. You sit at the keyboard, but you don't know where to start composing or improvising a piece. But if you know the right techniques, even just with a few compositional elements, you can create something wonderful. You study a piece, you can play it technically well, but don't understand what's happening harmony and counterpoint wise. But if you change the perspective with which you read and play those notes, you can literally change the way you see them. That's actually a kind of magic. Every month, every week and every day you can have something special and valuable like this. Video analysis, a lot of PDFs analysis and handouts of pieces to truly understand what's happening in each passage, in each piece. Improvisation elements like this of the other day of how to improvise a fugue. Practical exercises to learn how to compose music and how to become better at improvising. Fugues, chorale, freeforms and more. Composition and improvisation pills. to discover how the great composers crafted certain passages and learn to imitate them correctly. All of this on Patreon. So much content to explore, so much to learn, and many preview projects to discover. Go to this link, choose the best level for you, and start your adventure.